but the tune ends too soon for a song.
How has that happened over the years when you're playing with Jethro Tull, that for pieces to become, you know, huge pieces together? I mean, does one person start with an idea and everyone chips in, or does it come complete and you guys play certain parts that have been...
Well, it varies, you know, and it's changed a lot. In the early days, Ian wrote on guitar, you know, so if he was like...
We know what that song is.
You know, that's what Ian came to the studio with, you know, that was it. And that was the song. I mean, then with Aqualung, again, you know, Ian wrote that, and that's all it is. You know, there's nothing else to it. But I wrote the solo, in as much as you can write a solo in, you know, sort of put a few chords together. But then, well, Thick as a Brick was probably the first album where there was a lot of input from other members. But then specifically, we would write a part of the album rather than. I mean, we've always arranged Tull music, and within that term arranging, you could say some of it is writing, because you know, you get a bunch of chords, but by the time we finished it, the chords are still there, but then you've got all this stuff on top of it, which makes that chord sequence unrecognisable on its own.
What is it about playing that excites you the most? Do you like the creating, or do you like the rush of the crowd, or do you like the private moments when you're putting things together with the band?
Well, there's all of those things. I think I love playing guitar. I mean, I love guitars. I rarely have a day where I don't have a guitar with me. You know, even, you know, if I'm on a hot beach in the middle of the summer on holiday with the family, my guitar's there somewhere.
Wow.
I just play, and it's never been a chore. You know, I'm so lucky to make a living out of it. That is the biggest bonus anybody could have, and it sounds pretentious, but I never played with the intention of making money, making it a career. I just love guitar music. I love bands. It's great fun, and as long as I have fun doing it, I can handle anything. I can handle all the rubbish. I can handle feeling completely knackered and, you know, wanting to go to sleep for a week. That gets me through everything.
Meanwhile, back in the year one, when you belonged to no one, you didn't stand a chance, son. If your pants were undone, 'cause you were praying for humanity, and so owed to society. One day you'll wake up in the present day, a million generations removed from expectations of being who you really want to be. Skating away, skating away, skating away on the thin ice of the new day. And as you push off from the shore, won't you turn your head once more and make your peace with everyone? For those that choose to stay, will live just one more day to do the things they should have done. And as you cross the wilderness, spinning in your emptiness, you feel you have to pray. Looking for a sign that the universal mind has written you into the passion play. Skating away, skating away, skating away on the thin ice of a new day. Yeah. And as you cross the circle line, the ice wall creaks behind. You're a rabbit on the run. And as the silver splendors fly in the corner of your eye, shining in the setting sun. Well, do you ever get the feeling that the story's too damn real and in the present tense? Or that everybody's on the stage and it seems like you're the only person sitting in the audience, skating away, skating away, skating away on the thin ice of the new day. Yeah, 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 yeah. Skating away, skating away, skating away.
I can see the love of guitars that you have. We'll talk about your CD, Stage Left, but the insert in here, you have just a page where you talk about every guitar that you used on each of the different songs, and you talk lovingly about where you acquired the guitars and how they came to you, and it appears that you used a different guitar on every song on the track. Is that correct?
Yeah. But I know I'm not a collector, and I'm not really. I mean, don't get the wrong impression from that. That was my sort of point of reference to, rather than talk about the music or talk about me, which I see no point in doing. I just think a point of interest for people who would listen to the music, might like to know a bit more about what was involved, which is why it's there. And it's not because I have, sort of a precious collection of guitars that I love and adore and polish every day. I mean, they're my camera, they're my tripod, and they're my screwdriver and my spanner. They're the tools of my trade, and they do a job, and hopefully if they do it well, they stay on my guitar rack at home. If they don't do the job well, they're out of there.
Wow.
I say, you're out of there. You're really bad. I chop and change them. They're not that important.
Do you have favorite guitars that have been with you through the years?
No,
really?
No, because they're not that important.
Wow.
I just think, if certainly the whole thing about collecting vintage instruments just leaves me cold. It has nothing to do with music, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you remember the first guitar you ever owned?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I was very proud of it because I couldn't afford it. It took me years to buy a proper guitar, and I started off playing, a hockey stick in front of a mirror, pretending it was a guitar, like all kids do, and then I then went on to a tennis racket, and then no, I'm teasing. Yeah, my first guitar, was literally a couple of pieces of wood glued together. They were dreadful. So it was a special thing. I mean, I had to wait maybe 2 years before I could afford to, get one on credit. And my dad didn't want to know. And I said, "Oh, come on, Dad. I really love guitar. I want to play guitar, and I've got to have a Gibson." And he didn't understand, Gibson. So it was special.
How old were you when you started?
I was 49. No, I was 14.
Really?
So I got a decent guitar by the time I was probably 16.